Hello, fellow Star Wars fans. I'm doing this video, and I really didn't plan on doing a video for this item because it doesn't really feel like that major of a purchase. But I'm kind of treating this as one of those more of a buyer beware videos. If you've ever seen like my Ecto Trap one, more like that. I just got this Gentle Giant Jumbo figure in. Got it yesterday. The shipment was kind of delayed a couple days for reasons unbeknownst to me, but either way, I got it. And I purchased this directly from the retailer, from the manufacturer, excuse me, Gentle Giant. This was offered around the holidays as a gift for, not as a gift, as an exclusive for their premium guild members. And I have most of their other releases of this jumbo style figure. I have the very original release from the 30th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. I have the first one that they released with the rocket firing jetpack. I have the all blue prototype action figure. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh, that looks so cool. I was really excited for it. So I instantly pre-ordered it. And it looked really good with the pre-order pictures. You know, I knew what I was getting into. I knew that this was going to be the all-white one. I didn't have any crazy expectations that this was going to be a mind-blowing figure. But I love anything that portrays Boba Fett differently. I love the prototype things. I need the pre-production figures. So I was really excited about it. And then I started seeing a couple pictures surface online of the shipping product. And I know some like funny things about it where the chest is sort of concave. It's just kind of strange. So I thought, maybe it's just like an isolated thing. So when I got mine and I examined it, sure enough, it's kind of tough to see in the box, but the chest sinks in the middle. But there are just a couple other quirks about it that I'm really not too content with. I think the biggest one is how soft the sculpting is starting to get on this mold. So this is the fifth release of a figure like this. They also did a Return of the Jedi carded figure that I didn't bother with because the figure itself is identical. It's only the card that's different, and it goes for so much money that I just didn't care enough. But this is the fifth time they've released this figure, and I don't know if it's because he's been molded and remolded so many times, but the details are starting to get really soft on this. And I'm going to show you this compared to the original release in just a couple minutes, but you can really kind of see. I mean, it looks like it's made out of Play-Doh. And the other thing that I don't like about this is how sloppy the paint is. So if you kind of look around the chest armor, you can see that there's a lot of like there's a lot of paint overspray. And considering this figure only has 3 colors on it, how did they miss that? You can see over here on his pouch, there's like a little bit of a gray scratch on there. And the paint just looks really sort of sloppy compared to the other releases. So I'm going to grab the original release just for comparison. So this is the very first one that was released in 2010. And you can see how crisp those lines are on the girth belt. Each one of those bits of the belt, very clearly defined, very crisp lines in between, compared to this one, where, like I said, it looks like flattened Play-Doh. Also, much cleaner paint, and considering this one has so many more colors on it, you would think if either of them are going to have more paint errors, paint overspray, it's going to be this guy, the one that just has a lot of colors. But nope, it's this one, the 3-color one. And it's really disappointing. And the reason that I wanted to make this video was oftentimes these figures go for a lot of money on eBay. I don't know about this one because it's still pretty new. But that Return of the Jedi one, I frequently see that one around $350. I see the all blue prototype one. That one's usually right up there. So, for somebody who really is a completionist like me, that's sort of like the only reason I feel like you would want to get this, because the figure itself is really pretty disappointing. So for somebody who's more of a casual fan, which they probably wouldn't buy this figure if they're more casual, but I do think even for the more hardcore collectors, if they didn't get this for the retail costs, I would really think twice about um, paying aftermarket prices for this. I looked on eBay and I see people asking for like the 250s. Now, granted, those are buy it now prices, so I don't know if that's what they're actually selling for at this time, but it's just something to keep in mind. One thing I do like on the figure is the cape. So it replicates that beach towel from that first video that surfaced of, can't think of the man's name, but when they were doing the sort of dry run of the costume when it was all white and they didn't have a dedicated cape, they literally just used a Star Wars beach towel, and I love it. So that is nice. That looks pretty good on there. But other than that, like I said, it's kind of disappointing. So if this is something that you are really, really into and you really, really want it, just be aware of that. Be aware that the molding on this is getting kind of soft, and maybe it's time for them to retire the mold or start something new, because those lines are just bad. And that sunken in chest is really strange. And I don't know if the figure is soft. I've never actually taken them out of the boxes. Um, but I can't imagine that it's that squishy. It must be relatively solid. So that's it. Like I said, just a quickie for everybody. Just a quick buyer's beware. I don't want to see anybody pay top dollar for something like this and then get it and be disappointed, because I feel like that's absolutely something that could happen. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Thanks for watching.